it's your girl JV, High Priestess, back at it again with The Blind Side, where we look at the dark side of the new moon. But honestly, I really want to look at both. I want to look at, because I think that this is one of the most benevolent new moons that we will have, one of the most important new moons that we'll have for this year, because we are beginning again in like the 3D. This is Taurus. This is I have, baby. This is about your values, money, possessions, family. So be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, check out my website, justjeverything.com. I wanted to come to you super fresh-faced, and this is like the perfect robe for the fact that April showers have now brought May flowers, and we are in bloom, darling. We're in flux. We're growing. We're growing at the little messy bun. I just woke up. So, yes. And we're beginning again with value, determination, and the motherfucking audacity. Yes. The audacity to luxuriate ourselves, the audacity to know who we are so we can feel really worthy of reaching for what it is that is ours to have, period. So this new moon, you know, new moons are when the sun and the moon conjunct or meet at the same degree. And with this being a new moon, new seeds are to be planted. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So this is an extra potent new moon. It's funny, the new moons in Aries were extra potent because the sun was exalted, and now this is a potent new moon because the moon is exalted. And so I feel like from the front to back, as above, so below, there is just this dance of duality that I think is presenting itself. And so the big thing here is like, what do you need to do to turn your desires into your actual reality, to turn your desires and your wants and your needs into your possessions, into tangible things that you have. I feel like this whole week, the week leading up, the week after, it's just time to paint a new picture about what you're worth and what you're capable of creating, what you're capable of having. And this new moon happens on May 19th, 2023 at 9:53 a.m. Mountain Time, 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's happening at 28 degrees Taurus. So go ahead, light it if you got it. Hydrate as we create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this new moon in Taurus, May 19th, 2023. And you know I gotta hit you with the handy dandy, so let's find Taurus. And I'm going in blind. Thank you, I went in the right direction. Going in blind. This is at 28 degrees, so damn near the anaretic degree, which is the final degree of a sign. The last degree of the sign is the most potent, the most concentrated. And Elias Lonsdale's description of the 28th degree of Taurus, is a man making candles out of beeswax. The sweetness is in the returning to those sacred places always known and now being at ease there. Ooh! Again, the sweetness is in the returning, beginning again, we're here again. The sweetness is in the returning to those sacred places always known and now being at ease there, feeling comfortable, confident. I'm telling you that those new moons that we had in Aries really were meant to take us from like the Knight of Wands to the Emperor. And the Emperor is motherfucking comfortable. The Emperor has known that he's become the Emperor because he is a servant of all and he's operated that way. And You're comfortable being there, baby. You're at ease you're about to be at ease where you're meant to be, because you're meant to fucking be there. And I'm telling you, the audacity is coming in for you to finally still like worthy of it. Absolutely, I deserve this. Absolutely, the universe is responding to me this way because I'm honest and I'm telling the truth, and I'm honorable and I'm impeccable with my word. And I'm trustworthy, and I create plans and I stick to them, and I do the shit that I intend. Why am I patience over passion, y'all? Okay, anyway. The natural man strips away false layers and finds somebody underneath who is poignantly familiar and resonantly true. The search, the quest, the process, the intricate, extended process. For everything depends upon entering the process and giving yourself over to the master craftsman's hands of the creator beings. Whew! I'm going to say that again. For everything depends upon entering the process and giving yourself over to the master craftsman hands of the creator beings. You are simply a seed blown by the wind. And to become this completely is blissful fruition inwardly, smiled into being. You are simply a seed blown in the wind. And to become this completely is blissful fruition inwardly, smiled into being. Every time. He never disappoints. I love this book. Oh, I love this man. You are simply a seed blown in the wind. What seeds do you need to blow in the wind, y'all? What are your intentions, and what do you do about them? You acting upon your intentions is you blowing your seeds in the wind, and you leave the rest up, the pollination, the watering, all of that stuff. Like, you do your part, you let the divine do their part. So, with this being a new moon in Taurus, the moon is exalted in Taurus. Taurians are the connoisseurs of the zodiac. And so, like, what do you need to become an expert in, or what is delicious to you? What do you want to know more about? What can you dive deeper into bettering the quality of? There's something about getting better quality for yourself. Better quality everything is just how this feels, period. Reaching for quality over quantity. And so I want to just dive in and ask questions. I liked what I wrote down before. What do you need to do to turn your desires into your possessions and into your reality? So hydrate, light it if you got it. You know this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. What do we need to do to turn our desires into our possessions? Interesting. A card that wasn't supposed to be in there. It's my bookmark for this. It immediately came out. It was like, no, this is not our thing. Wow. What you need to do, first card that came out, is acknowledge where your frustrations are. Some of us, I feel like we're frustrated and we're like, okay, it'll get easier if I keep doing it. Some of you, you've been at something and you're banging your head against a wall, or like something is not working. If you've been at something for like 9 months or a year and it's like really like not taking off in some sort of way, I just feel like either you're meant to be doing it with other people and you don't need to be just trying to do it yourself, or it's time to pick a new route. I feel like we've got to understand what we need to do in order to start turning our desires into our possessions is in this current way that we exercise our physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. like the way that you harness your energy is having to be shifted, and it's time to start shifting that energy into community, into exchange, into like equal exchanges with people, into letting the divine do their part. What you need to do, I feel like, is acknowledge what frustrates you, stop doing the frustrating things. I feel like there is something here about like, I don't feel like there's something about like give up when it gets hard. There's a difference between giving up when it gets hard and something is just not fucking working. And only you can discern between what that is for you. But I do feel like what we're needing to do is like understand when something is over. Understand when we are burning ourselves out or when we're mismanaging our energy, especially if it comes to like a love relationship. Some of us, it's like we're putting all this time, effort, and energy into solidifying a relationship or maintaining a relationship or trying to keep somebody here, and you got actual fucking work to do. And your energy, and like you're not able to put your energy into your mission, into your passions, because some of us are in a place where we're trying to like beg someone to stay or keep someone around, especially if they have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Libra placements. I feel like in order to start getting our desires to become our reality, it's time to understand that like attracts like. Some of us don't like the people that we're surrounded with, and I need you to know that they're just a reflection of you. So they learn the lessons, like unpack why these people are annoying you, or unpack what you're dissatisfied with. Really allow yourself to reflect and see what irritants are in you. What are those irritants triggering in you, and how do you display those behaviors, or what about those irritations are you needing to evaluate within yourself or within your own behavior, so that you can start to weed out or sever ties with people who or connections that are no longer serving you. I feel like also the divine is like, yo, your decisions, like your decision making skills have everything to do with everything. The way that you choose to spend your time, the amount of time that you take to weigh out the facts versus the feelings. It's time to slow down and evaluate, the way you make decisions, like your criteria for making decisions or something is shifting. I just feel like there's more of a need to access your logic and intuition before you make a decision, being like weighing your options more, like taking the time. That's the thing. It's funny I say that like Libra comes up, because I say it all the time. Libras aren't indecisive. They just have more options than you. They have more options to weigh out than you. And so there's something here about like getting like a Libra and taking some time to be indecisive, or to weigh out what you want and to see how it's going to be more beneficial for you, versus just like making these like knee-jerk kind of reactions, or moving at a pace because you think that's what other people expect from you, or you're moving at a pace that is to make other people comfortable. No más. No más. I want to clarify this Nine of Wands. Please clarify the Nine of Wands, because I feel like what we're needing to do to turn our desires into our possessions and our reality is also really focusing on our mental health. I feel like it's time to surrender to the fact that like we gotta prioritize getting our mind right. Getting our mind right before we go prioritizing getting in a relationship with other people, or prioritizing romance before everything else. It's interesting, this progression of headdresses. There's like the bandage, so it's time to focus on your mental health so you can get to like back to your like new normal, or getting to a new normal, or so that you can get to like establish some new homeostasis, so that then you can be crowned. Then you can like your neck will be sturdy enough to like hold up the crown, the mantle, the anointing on your life. There's something about earning your way to this. Like, you got to crawl before you walk is how this feels. Start with what's wounded, really focusing on your perspective, your outlook, what's frustrating you, your capacity for burning yourself out, your capacity for letting other people be around you who burn you the fuck out. And once you get to a more like a healthier place of boundaries, getting out of survival mode and moving into a heart space, I feel like there is just some kind of leveling up, adornment. There is this influx of interaction with the divine. I feel like justice, what's right, what's fair, what's just starts to really show up for you in your life in a different way. And so Taurus is also about common sense. And I feel like Mercury is now direct in Taurus. Mercury is direct in Taurus. We have the North Node, your mission in life in Taurus. We have Uranus, the Great Awakener, the planet of upheaval in Taurus. There's someone else. No, Venus left. There's just a lot of activity going on in Taurus right now. And with Mercury direct there, I just feel like common sense is coming in. And so I just feel like, what is common sense trying to tell you? What is our common sense asking us to look like? Common sense is trying to tell you, ooh, with the King and the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And then the Tower and Death reversed. Okay, common sense is trying to tell you to get practical about the way that you're making money. Some of you are dating somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, and the shit is a disaster. It's about to blow up. Get out of Dodge while you can. For some of you, I feel like for those of you that do have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, there's something here about big changes that are coming in to be made, and you know what changes need to be made. You're just avoiding the changes that need to be made because you know it's going to change fucking everything, and it's supposed to. And I'm sorry that you want to be in your comfort zone, but let go or be dragged, baby. Let go or be dragged. If you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, I feel like there is someone with Aries or Scorpio placements who is really going to like push you or teach you or help you get out of your comfort zone in some way, help you create these like big changes. But it feels like let go or be dragged is what it's giving. So I would really ask you to take a fine-tooth comb through your finances, being really like applying your faith to whatever it is that you're trying to build. I feel like your common sense is trying to tell you that it's time to get more fiscally responsible. It's time to reach for establishment. It's time to reach for like-minded individuals, pairing with people and surrounding yourself with people. That it just makes fucking sense. They're not draining you. They're on the same level. If you are trying to get to the King of Pentacles, but everybody around you just wants to party and bullshit, it's not gonna work. It's not. Unless you isolate yourself in some sort of way. You are a culmination of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. And are the people that you hang out with the most, are they where you want to be? Are you like, and I know this is Taurus, this is superficial shit. Like, successful people hang out with successful people, period. People who are fucking hungry to accomplish their purpose want to hang out with other people who are hungry to accomplish a purpose. People who are purpose-driven want to be around other people who are purpose-driven. Other people who also like building a network. There's something about like networking or creating, deepening your definition of community, deepening your definition of family as well. And so I feel like common sense is trying to tell you that you need to be wiser about your money. It's time to focus on securing the bag, not in a superficial way, in just a like, hey, let's get some solid ground up under our feet kind of way. If you have the opportunity to create a well-oiled machine, it's time to start creating the well-oiled machine. And watch how that changes everything and puts you in a place where you're no longer afraid of the endings that need to end. Please clarify the King of Pentacles. That's Sun in Taurus, which that's where the Sun is right now. And that's where the Moon is. The Moon is exalted. The Queen of Swords came out to clarify the King of Pentacles. So there may be someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that's really working on transmuting their pain into power. They're really trying to figure out what to say, what they need to say to you, what they need to say to themselves. They're trying to figure out what the truth is. If you have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements and you're dating somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, it feels really important to like set clear boundaries. It feels really important to prioritize your mental health. It feels really important to make sure that you are creating room for clarity and truth and like making space. Please clarify the Tower. I just feel like an old understanding is being pushed out of the way. An old version of yourself is being moved, is being broken down, because there is forward progress. Because there is forward progress. And what we don't see coming is victory, integration, new love, deepening our connection with the divine, really allowing ourselves to be instinct-based and intuition-led. I feel like there's this romantic energy that's coming in. I feel like this is clarifying the Tower. I feel like suddenly victory, suddenly triumph, suddenly delicious conversations and delicious connections, suddenly romance, you being courted, you being treated properly, you having people that you want to court and you want to love on and you want to be romantic with. Please clarify Death reverse. But a lot of us, we are afraid to end what needs to end so we can get this. Please clarify the Death reverse. You're like holding yourself back from the metamorphosis, holding yourself back from the rebirth. Why? Why? Everything dies, everything that's natural dies, everything that's natural ends, everything that's born has a life cycle. Bro, we gotta get acquainted with this like 2222 on the clock. We've got to get masterful. Understand that there is so much mastery in detachment and letting go and letting the natural order of things just like be organic and flow. Please clarify the Death reversed. Death reversed. Some of you are afraid of confronting or some of you are afraid of dealing with confrontation. Some of you are afraid of this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Some of you are afraid of this Scorpio. Some of you are afraid of your own fucking greatness. Some of you are afraid of your own power. The King of Wands clarifying the Death card. Some of you, there's something with someone that needs to end and you're afraid to end it because they're like liked in the society or liked in your community, or everybody thinks that they're a great person. Wow. Maybe you have children with them. Maybe they're like a father or something. Maybe some of you have something profound to say to your father. Maybe you're still healing from a disconnect in your connection with your father. And how is that disconnection or that tension or issues with your father speaking to your current connections to masculine energy in your life? Some of us are having issues with relating to the masculine and dealing with men in our lives because there's some unhealed stuff going on with our father and going on with unresolved stuff from the childhood. I feel like some of us, there is someone with Leo placements that I feel like it's here for a good time, not a long time. But what the good that they bring in is grand, is beautiful. There's a lot of exploration. I just feel like there's someone, it's time for you to learn the difference between a king and a knight. And I don't mean that just for women. I mean that for everybody. Like there can be, like women can be kings, women can be knights. I feel it's just a matter of like how this person views themselves. Do you want somebody who carries themselves at like they know who they are? They've stepped into the fullness of their identity and their power? Or are you do you tend to entertain knights, people who are just very in and out, here for short periods, people who aren't stable enough to build something consistent with you? All right, next I want to, and also Taurus is about comfort. So what comfort zone do we need to leave? What comfort zone do we need to leave? The Ace of Cups with the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. A lot of us are just waiting on, like, Jesus fix it. I'm just waiting on God to do it. God will help me. The Lord will come down. The divine. No, bitch, you got to do stuff too. Faith without works is dead, baby. You got to do your part. I feel like what the comfort zone that we're needing to leave is just like, God got me. The universe will provide. I'm asking for all these things, but I don't do shit to make it come to me. A lot of us are in this place where we're just like trying to manifest stuff, and manifesting is like not this like one-way street. We are always actively co-creating with the divine. And so there's something here with like, yo, stop waiting on it to be handed to you. Some of us are in a, like, maybe you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I know I was, and I actively spit that shit out. Very dumb. Very dumb. I was very, very rebellious, and I wanted to do it all my own and blah, 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 you know? That's cool. But I feel like some of us have been afraid to leave, like, the hand that's been feeding you. It's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. There's something like the hand that rocks the cradle or something like that. There is something here about, like, you're needing to leave or get out of that place where you're depending on it to just show up and fall into your lap. Get in motion. Action is required, baby. Well, what comfort do we need to pursue? Because we are deserving of comfort in our life, and we're not here to be comfortable. But I do feel like pleasure is your birthright. And so what comfort do we need to pursue? Or what kind of comfort do we need to pursue? One where you really trust in the divine. One where you really trust in, it's time to pursue faith. It's time to pursue that the comfort that when things don't go our way, when we get stuck, we're actually, it's a part of our calling. All that we need to pursue getting comfortable with that nakedness, that intimacy that is required to be with the divine. It's time to invest or divest from this worldly, like, my job is my supply, money makes me comfortable. If I have more money, I'll be happy. It's like, God is your supply. The divine is your supply. It's time for you to start, like, understanding the divine is your supply, and because it is gifted you, granted you sovereignty, autonomy, a body, limbs, like a brain, your action is required too. And so the comfort zone we need to pursue is faith, is being able to make decisions, getting off the fence. We need to pursue the comfort of, like, the fact that the divine is telling you, it's guiding us. We just have to listen. All we have to do is listen. That's all we got to do is listen and then do what we are, like, picking up on. You want the order of operations. You want the insight. You want the path laid out before you. You want it to be easy, and it is so much easier than we're making it. We just got to get still, naked, intimate before the divine so that we can hear. There is comfort in surrender, comfort in allowing yourself to listen, comfort in understanding you are constantly co-creating with the divine. And if you listen, it will make you more masterful with your mind, with your thoughts. If you're more masterful with your mind, you'll be more masterful with your thoughts. If you're more masterful with your thoughts, then you'll be more masterful with your words. And because words are fucking spells, words set things in motion. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Because of all of that, you'll level the fuck up. And take the fuck off. Public success and recognition. But it's going to cost you this outdated way of thinking. It's going to cost you that version of you that's surviving and that is motivated by the betrayal, motivated by the rage, motivated by how they fucked up and all the shitty things they did, the way that they betrayed you. You put that down, look what the divine gives you to pick up. Baby, your girl had a nail appointment. Just in time for Gemini and Cancer seasons vibes. This is also inspiration is Black Ariel till I die under the sea. Anyway, so the last question that I really wanted to dive into and ask Spirit for is, when we're talking about Taurus, we're talking about our senses. It's time to heal our connection to our senses. It's time to remember all the access that we have. So for our greatest and highest good, how can we best heal our connection to our senses? Slow down. Understand that we're not really running the show. We can really connect to our senses when, we can really connect to our senses by way of getting outside, slowing down, understanding that everything is governed by divine timing, not our timing. Stop going against the grain. Listen for the messages that want to come in. Listen for the sensations, like diving into rebuilding, like the sensation of like smell and like your sensation, your connection to sound, going like sound baths, diving deeper into aromatherapy, reconnecting to touch, getting a massage, learning how to massage yourself, learning how to massage your partner, how to massage your children. Understanding your intuition is a sense. It is a resource. And so, nice. Actually, what was on the bottom of the deck was the world. This is graduation, completion, something. It's end of an era shit that's happening. And how do you want this new era to look? How do you want this new era to feel? And are you going to do what you need to do to heal your definition of protection, to heal the ways that you cut yourself off or keep yourself guarded? Our part is to get ourselves present in the moment, being here now in a receptive place versus being stuck in the past so much that you're having an incredibly improper response to what's going on in the present. We're not letting these past traumas and these, you know, the current drama that you're going through right now, we're not going to let that dictate our future. And it starts with addressing it in the present. Being braced and ready for impact, like that is not true spiritual protection. That is not faith. This is a true depiction of spiritual protection, and it's this spiritual armor that he's acquired was acquired because they visited their light and their dark. They know all these different aspects of themselves. They're aware of their light and their dark, and they know how to navigate the gray. Oh, look at me wearing gray. They know how to, you learn how to navigate the gray, baby. By way of fearlessly addressing, like, what is the shit that you're afraid of? What are the emotions that you don't like feeling anymore? What are the emotions that, like, and the only way to feel, like, to, you know, shift them is to confront. You need to know your shadow better than your partner does, better than your parents do. You need to be able to check yourself and reel yourself in. You need to know, like, where the reins are and who has the reins and when they have the reins. Because victory wants to come in. And I want you open and ready and confident, not closed off and scared, afraid at the new, that new that the divine wants to bring in. And wants to gift you. It's time to get like the charioteer. Ready to harness your energy, ready to move forward, ready solely because you are brave enough to uncross, brave enough to receive, brave enough to evaluate, brave enough to reevaluate, and brave enough to go your own way. Where do you want to plant these seeds, and what do you want to grow in your 3D day-to-day experience? And you can initiate this fresh start by way of leaning into healing modalities. Tarot, Reiki, massage, singing, dancing, being in water, meditating. I don't care if you're getting high in finger painting at this point. Like, how do you plan to begin again? I love you. You got this.